All right, you guys, we are diving into mindset training. I'm just going to take my sweatshirt off right off the bat because I'm already getting heated on this topic, and not in a bad way, not like heated mad, like heated like excited about it. I love Mindset Week when we onboard our new clients. It's probably my favorite. I know I say I enjoy all of them, but out of our four pillars, vision and why, nutrition, mindset, and training, I don't know, mindset's like pretty up there. Um, it is, she says, the mindset's where the shit gets real. That is so true. And this is, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the part of your journey that people don't talk about. And with women, it's even harder because we deal with hormones and cycles that go like this. Okay. Men, they're pretty flatlined. They will have drops in their progesterone, especially as they age, and they will have mood swings. I swear to God, men have like periods too. But for the most part, they're pretty flatline. Well, with women, we're not. We are literally like up and down all the time. And if you don't know how to eat during that certain part of your cycle, if you don't know how to watch your body and train during that time of the month or whenever, and it doesn't even matter if you are postmenopause, pre going through, it doesn't even matter. Those hormone shifts and spikes, they never leave us. So not only are we trying to manage our mind and our thoughts and our feelings and emotions, and I don't mean manage as like put a cap on them. I mean manage as in like not let them run our life, but we are dealing with this. Plus, females deal with an array of hormones. Sit and think about that for a minute. No wonder women struggle with weight loss, their self-esteem, their self-confidence, learning how to be consistent, being dedicated. We're juggling so much and learning how to build muscle through all that, which is really hard to do just as a human, and decrease body fat. No one, I have not found a teacher, a program anywhere yet teaches us about mindset and the connection of health and fitness, and how it is almost ridiculous to take on your health and fitness journey and not tackle mindset too. And I wish someone would have told me that earlier on. But that wasn't my journey. That wasn't the plan for me. And I'm grateful for that too, because I wouldn't have gained this knowledge. I wouldn't have learned it to be able to help other people and to help inspire all of you. So I'm glad I went through what I went through. But the moment I started realizing, like, holy crap, it starts up here, this changed. And the moment I realized this isn't an overnight thing, I want you all, as you're listening to this, to really stop and think about how long, especially because we got Bomb Moms on here too, how long has it taken you to really hit goals on this journey, and to keep that intact, right? For me, it's been years, and I'm still dealing with it. I'm still learning to get around it. And if I hadn't, I would not be where I'm at physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. That's another key component. And that's another reason why I train and I teach these types of things, and these boot camps. And we're constantly talking about it in Bomb Mom, because the life that we live and the fast pace that we live and the people that we're surrounded with, right? Like some of you are at work right now and you probably can like lean in and be like, I'm surrounded by assholes. Everyone's mindset around here is not like mine. So imagine going into that environment every single day and trying to stay positive and be on track of your mindset and your self-talk and how you talk to yourself and like everything, right? We live in an environment that doesn't support us being our best selves. How sad is that? So we're supposed to be in charge of our head and our thoughts and be confident, love ourselves, and do all the things. Yet the world doesn't exactly support that. It supports quick fixes and band-aids and, you know, don't you dare show up crying or feeling your emotions, because then you're a crazy, probably, PMSing female. And honestly, I feel bad for guys. They're taught, don't cry at all. like be the man, well, that puts a lot of pressure on us too. So this whole mindset of like who we have to be and how we have to act and how we have to behave and like control everything, it doesn't help this journey at all. And that's why I train now and I provide like this community for people to be able to work through your fitness journey while dealing with the outside world and continuously learn how to stay on track with your head and your thoughts and your emotions while winning on the outside. Because doing it alone, it's freaking tough. It's really freaking tough. Kristen has said 100% this is ongoing for me and I'm trusting the process, but 2 years in and I'm still learning who I was and who I want to be. Well, think of how many years we're undoing all of this, right? Like, I just like to pretend everyone's 30 years old. So we're 30 years old. You are undoing 30 years worth of programming. She said, I run my own business and I hired a shark like us. She is running, she is up running and lifting before we go to work, just like me. I love that. Can't get her to join the group though. That's okay. It's not her time yet. It's not her time yet. And if it's meant to be, she will be in there. But isn't it crazy how once you change up here, you start attracting other people in your life like that? Like that's one thing that I love. All right, I'm going to share my fun-filled PowerPoint with you guys here. It just keeps you on track. I know. We're talking about restoring your confidence, your mindset, like all the stuff in here. So this is what I want you guys to think of too, is like your new mindset is going to get you new results. And this is the biggest thing that I'm always like, why aren't people telling us this? Why, when I go to the gym and I see all of the trainers working with the clients, and maybe they do this privately at their desk, like, I don't know, but usually I see them like start and then leave. Why isn't anyone talking about how important the mindset is to achieve the results that we want? No one's talking about this. And it kills me because you will keep struggling. You will keep falling backwards. You will just stay on that hamster wheel, or worse, a roller coaster. There's two. I think they're both terrible, the hamster wheel and the roller coaster. I swear to God, the roller coaster is worse. But you will stay on that. I stayed on it for too long. If you don't change the mindset, the results, they're not going to come. And this is why I'm always telling everyone, you have to get mentally fit as well as physically fit. And both these things, they're not overnight. This is not an overnight process. I'm just going to say it. It's years. It's years. And every single person is different. It depends on where you work. It depends on what type of spouse you have. It depends on how your parents treat you, right? We can't control those things. A lot of those things we can't control. That's why we have to keep working at it mentally to break through barriers physically. We love sharks in this group, or at least I do, and I make everyone else like them. We always talk about having a shark mindset. And when we do onboarding, we spend a whole week on mindset. You guys are just getting like the quick look and the quick fix at it. And I even got a shark this year tattooed. I don't know if you guys can see on the back of my arm right here, jumping up. Everyone stops me and is like, I'm sorry, do you have a shark on your arm? And I'm like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I love that reminder because, and when I first started telling people that like, oh, our mascot's a shark and stuff, or people see that, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like the mascot of the program that I run. And like, oh, they think like big, fierce. No, we have a shark as our mascot because we have to have the mindset of a shark. If a shark stops swimming, it will die. That's how they're designed. And I want you guys to think about your fitness journey. If we stop, right? If we quit, if we're like, I can't do this right now, you know what? I'll come back. I'll come back and do this, right? Right? Yeah. No, when women stop their fitness journey, it dies. It's like we have this huge boulder and we're just pushing it, right? And we have friends helping us push it. And then they leave and they're like, well, you know what? I can't do this on my own. And then you just stop. You know how hard it is to get that thing going again on your own? It's the same concept. When women stop going to the gym, showing up for themselves, everything just seems to die and take over. And everything just like grows over top of it. With a shark mindset, you have to be able to identify, hey, I got a broken arm. I'm not going to stop swimming. Melissa, we've had people with elbow surgery get that mindset of a shark. They're not going to stop swimming. Kate, we talked about yesterday, had a knee surgery, pretty big knee surgery. Doesn't stop swimming. We find other ways to keep going when you're a bomb mom. Do you know how many people have surgery and then that they just never get back to it? I know women that have had plastic surgery to help them look better, and it killed their journey. They literally got like a mommy makeover. They got their boobs done, a tummy tuck. Like, hey, more power to you. Like, go for it, do it. They got that done, and it kicked them off, and they never really got back to the gym. And they just settled for like what the surgery provided for them, because there's a recovery period and they weren't working on their mindset and they weren't working on their nutrition. And like, there's a lot of things that add up to that. I know that happens. You have to look at this as something, and this takes a long time to get here. And these women, everyone on here now, they are here. I'm going to keep going no matter what. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy. I am going to have weeks that don't look that great. I might have months that don't look that great, but I am staying connected. And in some way, shape, or form, I'm going to keep going. I will not let this die. And ladies, seriously, Christine, Kate, Melissa, Kristen, Maglie, on here, comment like, how long do you guys think? I'm curious about this answer. Put it in the chat and we'll discuss it. I'll come back to it. But how long did it take you to get that shark mindset of just like, yeah, I'm not going to stop, like no matter what. And it might not be pretty, but like stopping or going back to who I was and like just completely like never working out or paying attention to my food, that's just not going to happen. How long did it take you guys to get there? Like a year, do you think? 2 years, 6 months? Like I'm curious. I'm really curious. Melissa said it's a lot of layers to peel back. Yep. You can't do it all at once. You absolutely cannot. Maggie said, yes, in the layers. You think you'll peel, become so different than what you thought they would be. Oh, Elizabeth is on. Welcome, Elizabeth. 100% would have gained 10 pounds with this arm break. I agree, Melissa, not because of you, but because like an arm break's a pretty serious thing and the pain is real. And I mean, you literally can't use one of your hands, right? If she didn't have this group and didn't have the mindset work, I totally told my husband I was getting a mom job after we're done having kids. Now I laugh. That's not a mindset shift. I would put that weight back on too. Kate said it took me about 2 years. Yeah. Maglie said at least 2 years. And I feel like it's still happening 100%. Yeah. I think about 2 years is probably right. And I realize that probably scares the shit out of some people. I realize that some people are like, what? Years? I don't have years. It's worth it. It will stick. And that doesn't mean that you don't have major transformation and change in the meantime. I mean, you can have major transformation and change within a couple of months. We're just talking about like it's sticking up here. Kate said, I had so many emotions and past issues to work through, and all of that was making it easier for me to give up. Once I addressed that, I was able to never give up. Kristen said, it took me about a year. I had to go through all the seasons of life with my family, and I feel like it started to click the second summer, fall. Yeah. But I'm probably just starting to feel the change that's going to keep evolving. Yeah. And I'm telling you guys, once you hit year 3, holy crap, there's something powerful about 3. There's something powerful about 3 days, 3 months, 3 years. There's something magical that happens with the number 3. And I don't know if that's when the amount of time it takes for the body and the mind to catch up. And then it's like, this finally fully freaking believes what you tell it. And then it's just like, it just happens. So that's exciting. Thank you guys for sharing that too. But this is why we have our mascot as a shark. And I love this photo here. I'm going to share this with you guys. I usually share it in the onboarding group, and I want to show you guys. This is one of my favorite things ever. My daughter gave this to me because this is how my kids think of me now. And it doesn't matter if you're a freaking goldfish. Strap on that fin. And it's all a mindset. You become unstoppable when it's all up here, because that's the only thing that matters. And you can do and be whatever you want to do and be if you start working and changing your mind around it. But it's hard. I'm not going to lie and say it's not hard. It definitely is hard, but it's not impossible. And when you start adding in the physical part to it too, oh my God, does it change you forever. Now, this is one of my favorite photos. Love an elephant. God, I love a good elephant. I need to like start putting a little more elephants around my office and stuff. And I know some of you might feel like, especially if you've done this boot camp before, if you've been here, you know, you've done things with me before, you're still on this journey, and you're like, God, when is it ever going to stick? Like, I just feel like I have this massive elephant to eat. I feel like is it ever going to get better? Like, how am I ever going to tackle that elephant? You're going to do it one bite at a time. One bite at a time. How do we eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And you have to let go of perfect. It cannot be well, if it's not perfect and done the way I think it should be done at all times, then it's not even worth it. That mindset will screw you up with your workouts too. Because then you'll get into, well, if I can't do the whole thing, then what's the point of doing anything? Done is always better than none, 100%. And then if I keep seeing you just doing done, I'll call you out. Like, it's time to stop just checking the box. Now it's time to go even past that. But know that even an elephant can be eaten. Not for real, but you do it at one bite at a time. And I know, I'm sorry I keep bringing you up, Melissa, but you have inspired me through this arm break. Seriously. I don't know if you guys know, Melissa's right-handed and she broke her right arm, like legit. And she has just kept going. I mean, she had hard days. She had to drag herself out of bed and stuff. And I'm sure she looked at that as like, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to do all of this? Right? One bite at a time, one step at a time. And she did. And I think we just said the other day, it's been 6 weeks since it happened and she's on her way to healing. And I'm like, 6 weeks? 6 weeks already? Amazing. Like, amazing. And she tackled it just one bite at a time. This is where the mental toughness comes into play, because when you are in these situations, you have to look at your self-talk, your self-worth, your self-confidence, right? And if all of this is just running in your head, and you are saying things like, man, I just don't have enough time. I can't afford any of this. I don't know how to do this. I don't want to look stupid. I blah. You know what? I just had someone tell me this the other day, and she was like, you know what, with my crazy schedule and everything going on, you know, and there's expenses, I just don't know if I have time to do this, right? And I'm sure she sat there and had conversations with herself, right, before she said this to me. I just don't know if I can do this. And I was like, if I was next to you, I'd be grabbing your face right now. And I'm like, you already know what it's like to do this on your own. You already know this life of crazy schedule, no time for you. You already know how it affects you. So why in the world would you choose that path when it doesn't serve you? And really think about that. Really think about the self-talk that is going on in your head, that when you're saying, yeah, I just don't have time, I can't do this. And you know what? It's an expense. We probably have other expenses to put here. That's a lot of self-talk. But what if you change that and said, you know what? I start shit and I quit stuff all the time. And I need to stop that. I need to own this. I need to start showing up for me, because the schedule's never going to be perfect. I'm always going to be freaking busy. Why would I keep doing something that doesn't serve me? I can do this. I'm worth it. I'm gonna ask for help, god damn it. Like, do you see how that can like snowball in a whole different way? It starts with the chatter that goes on in your mind. I have a sticky note. I have affirmations written all over. I should show you guys my wall. This is literally getting faded and I don't want to rewrite it. And all it says is inner chatter. And I keep it taped to like my pen box over here. Sometimes I put it on my desk, sometimes like wherever I need it. This used to be green. I swear to God, it used to be like this color. I'm not even kidding you. And the sun hits it on my desk and it says inner chatter. This means something to me, and I highly recommend you all write it down. When I say see inner chatter, it immediately makes me go, what's going on in here right now? And what is truth in here? And what is just your feelings and fear? Feelings and fear, like right here. They're sisters. Inner chatter has the power to break those sisters up, and inner chatter has the power to keep them going. Whenever I see this, it immediately makes me sit there and go, what's going on in here? What are you saying to yourself? Is it true? Is it false? And how do you need to change that? How do you need to tweak that? Calm down, take a deep breath, and reframe that again inside your head. Now, this one I absolutely love, okay? Because once you learn this concept, you will always remember it. And not always remember it, it takes a lot of practice. I can remind you and go, shh, 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 shh. It can hear you. I say that to my kids all the time. Your mind is the general. It's in charge. The body here down, it's the soldiers. Whatever the general tells the soldiers to do, they are going to do. So if you're sitting here going, oh my God, I'm just always in pain. I'm just always tired. You know, I'm always getting these headaches. My knees hurt. You know, I have this issue. I can't get past 160, you know, like that's just where my body's comfortable. You know, I just can't lose weight. I don't know how to do that. The body goes, okay, guys, hey, don't lose weight. She doesn't know how to do it. Stay right where you're at. And your body goes, got it, boss. You got it. People think I'm crazy when I talk about this on podcast. I always love it when the host is like, and my kids know this concept now too. My kids are always like, oh my God, and they roll their eyes at me and stuff, but and they're like, I just can't do this. And I'm always this. And I'm like, shh, it can hear you. Especially words like, I'm never going to heal. This is going to take forever. Oh, I can't do that. I got bad knees. Okay. Hey guys, she can't do it. And we're going to keep those bad knees. The power of your mind is insane. It has the power to heal you. It has the power to harm you. What you do up here, this will follow. We had someone post, no, maybe I think it was a private message. And she was just like, you know, I just got to rant real quick. I just got to tell you, like, I stopped drinking. I stopped doing this. I've been showing up 22 days now and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I'm sorry. I just need to rant. And I'm like, let it go, girl, rant, like preach, let's go. And she's like, you know, I'm just so frustrated. I don't understand why my body is not going to give. And I'm like, go, you know? And I'm like, okay, are you done? She's like, yes, I got it out. Okay. Now you're going to put your big girl panties on and you're not going to say any of those things anymore. Now the verbiage changes. I can't wait for my body to crack. I can't wait to crack the code. I can't wait for the change to start happening. I am open to it. I love my body. It's working really hard and it took me a long time to get where I'm at. And it's going to take a long time to undo it. And she's like, you're right. You're right. She's like, I can't believe everything that I just directed my body to do. And I'm like, it's good. That's why I got you. That's the type of verbiage we need to change the general and the soldiers to have a better relationship. It has to happen on this journey, you guys. You're relearning. Like I said before, like everyone's 30. We're just going to pretend everyone's 30. I want you to go back to the little you. What were you told as a 5-year-old that still affects you today? What were you told as a teenager? Were you an angry teenager? Were you aggressive? Were you naive? Were you out doing naughty things? Were you a yes mom, yes dad? Were you a people pleaser? How does that show up now? Okay. Now we're getting into inner child stuff, which is a major contributor to where you're at right now in your relationship with people as a child and everything. But these are important things to really think about when it comes to your mindset too, because that programming started then. The thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you feel now started way back then. Way back then. And today, you might still believe, well, I'm just the bigger cousin. I'm just the fat one. I'm just the bigger one. I'm just the bigger sister. Oh, you know what? She's the smart one. She's the pretty one. I'm just the athletic one. So I'm just always going to be bigger. Why can't you be the pretty one? Why can't you be the fit one? Right? Think about those types of things as you start growing and changing your mindset along this journey. And remember, ladies, this is a marathon, a very long, grueling marathon. I will see women that lose fast. I will see women that lose very, very slow and a little bit at a time. I will see women that lose a lot of weight and then they halt and then they're just stuck. I see women lose weight and then gain it back, not all of it, but they go back and forth. This journey looks so different for everyone. And there is no right way. There is a wrong way. I was going to say there is no wrong way. That's a lie. There is a lot of wrong ways. There is no right way though. And you have to remember that cracking the code and getting your body to work and to connect with your mind, it takes time. It takes time. And I am very, very sorry that people don't tell you this on the outside. I am very sorry you have been offered Band-Aids. I am very sorry that you will leave this call and you will get 5 other immediate instant programming from someone else about something else on your phone that contradicts what I'm saying today. And I'm really sorry that people haven't led and guided you in the right way up until maybe now. I don't know. It's not fair. And our bodies and our mindset, they are not Amazon Prime. We do not order and it shows up next day or 2-day shipping. It's not how it works. We need family. And this is one of the reasons why Bomb Mom was created, was because I was like, I don't do anything in this life alone. You know what I mean? Like we have church, we have parents, we have cousins, we have teachers, we have people help with our home, like priests, pastors, rabbis, like we are just surrounded by a team of people, but yet women take on their journey alone. Or we're like, hey, yeah, I'm going to hire a trainer. Okay, great. That's not what we need. And when you work together, everyone achieves more. Everyone. That's why I love that slide. When you have an environment that is supportive of you, you have everything. And I just love ending on this because a couple really big important points to pay attention to. One, you don't have to do this alone. Like I said before that I was having a conversation with someone else, you already know what it looks like to do it that way. Why would you go back and do something that way that you know doesn't work? And I can answer that right now because it's familiar. Our brain loves what's familiar. And I'll talk about that on my live today in the main group, on the VIP group, but it's true. So even if something isn't healthy and good for us, and our brain is like, but it's familiar. I know what a chaotic week looks like with children and not going to the gym and just slaving at my work and them and all of that. It's not good, but it's familiar to me. Second one, many women don't have the support system at home. CJ just said on our mentor call the other day, I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but she had said, no one in my life does this. None of her friends work out like she does. Her family doesn't train and is, health conscious and is like worrying about, lifting and muscle and all of that. Same girl. people in my life and my close friends, they think I'm crazy. People in my life, unfortunately, don't cheer me on. They actually push me to eat the cupcakes. Crazy, right? Friends who said that they'd work out with you and then bail after 2 weeks. That's part of your environment. No, you know what? Me and my friend, we're going to go to the gym. We're going to do this. And then when she stops, you stop. Or worse, when you have a trainer, and you have a trainer and they're like, oh, I have to cancel on you today. Or you're like, hey, I have to cancel or whatever. And don't even get me started. We'll talk more about that in training week next week. But you get into this relationship of like, well, I can't train with my trainer, so I can't do it. And you develop this like like a dependent relationship with them. Or my other favorite, when your boyfriend or your husband or your partner is like, I can train you. I can do this. No. Do you really want your boyfriend or your partner and someone going, hey, did you work out today? You need to get your ass up off the couch and go to the gym. Like, what are you doing? Or why are you eating that? Like, no, no, no. That is not a boundary that I want crossed by my partner. No, thank you. We need the proper account and support and like accountability. And I love saying this, the very last one, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. In Bomb Mom, we are a group of women that work, have children. Some have one, some have five. I mean, we all look different. Some are babies, some are adult children. We've been there. We live the life with you. You can't come in and be like, I don't have time. We'll have 4 women that be like, what do you mean? I just work 60 hours a week. What do you mean I own my own business and I just ran Girl Scout cookies to my daughter's class? Like, what are you talking about? You can't bullshit us. We know. And this is why we take an entire week. Okay. We get what it's like. We work on the mindset. We have different videos, worksheets. We do our training call. We create our affirmations. We plug in. I want you guys to plug into the Bomb Mom podcast. I love Amanda. I don't think she's in this group this time around. She had said last night we weren't connected to Spotify, and for a couple like months. So she got behind on like 10 episodes, and she's like, I think I really need that, like, to keep my head and my mindset going. I'm like, that's why I started the podcast. That's exactly why I started. I needed another tool for you guys to be able to listen to and to help stay connected with things. I got you guys. I got your back. We also talk a lot about gratitude journals and how to create space. These things are really important. They're huge elements that help. And sometimes we get away from it, and then we're here to like bring you right back to it. Okay, we have a homework badge for you guys. Okay. I want you to fill this out. I want you to post. I want you to share. Remember, you can take a screenshot of it. You could just post and say, hey, I'm doing homework badge. I want you to be honest with yourself. And Bomb Moms, if you could all do this too, it would be amazing, because I want to see a mix and a variety. What's your current state of mind when it comes to your self-love, your self-worth, your confidence, and your self-talk? Be honest. I could answer this question and really talk about my self-love and how far I've come on that. Mine's pretty damn good right now, and my self-worth. And wow, have I learned so much. My confidence, it's crazy. I'm still really working on that. And my self-talk, that is a daily thing for me. I can't get away from it, because if I do, that talk will just run me right into the ground. Like, I'll answer this homework badge too, and I'll post my true statements on here. But I want you to just keep in mind and remember this journey. Yes, it's for you, but it's not just about you. The more you change here, the more you're passing on to your children, the more you're helping your spouse and your partner, the better you are at your job. Like, really, really think about that. How can your kids learn this confidence and self-worth if you don't have it? You can't fake it. You can't fake it at all. I had my oldest daughter on a podcast before she left for college, and she said something to me that, like, it just is stuck with me. And she was talking about how she looks up to me, and she's like, I gotta feel like I gotta keep up with you, Mom. She's like, and that's crazy. And I'm like, ah. And I'm like, why do you think other kids don't really, listen to their parents or whatever? And she's like, she said something along the lines, and I'm gonna get it wrong, but she said something along the lines of like, they don't respect them. They know, she's like, the kids know that their parents don't know what they're talking about, and there's nothing to keep up to. So they don't listen to them. And I was like, oh. And she's like, and the kids think that they're better than them. They think that they're better than their parents. So they don't know anything. Like, that's true. That's a very common teen statement, but she's like, but they don't respect them. Like, fuck, really? And I'm sure kids respect their parents in the general sense of like being respectful, but like, man, I don't ever want my kid to look at me and be like, what are you talking about, mom? Don't yell at me to do faster on the court or be better or be a better person or try harder at school when you're not trying with your own life. No, not the life I want to live. Not the life I want to live at all. So, Melissa had said, literally wouldn't have been able to do this without the group. I would probably have gone back to depression meds. Community movement, sunshine nutrition, game changer. Thank you for the support. Of course. That's what we're here for. And I knew the moment this happened, I was like, it's okay. We're going to work through this. We're going to work through all of this. Please comment below as you're watching the replay and learning more about the mindset. Stay tuned. I'll be in the group live. I'm here to help you guys keep working through all of this. And I want this just to be like an eye-opening moment for you all, that you're like, oh man, wow, holy crap. I've never added this into my journey before. I've never really looked at it this way. So that's what I'm here to help you guys do. All right, everyone, go have a killer day, and I will see you in the Bad Mom group, and I'll see you in the VIP group. Bye, everyone.